All right. Hello everybody. This is Zombie Assassin. Right now I'm making a video of what's at stake for the Giants. Basically, like the Giants' future. Right now the Giants are looking bright, or at least their defense is right now. But this is what I'm gonna start off with is free agents for this year for wide receivers. Now, Al Robinson and Kenny Galladay have been rumors of trying to get them. Kenny Galladay is the biggest possibility right now, as there's been rumors since ever last year that Kenny Galladay is going to the Giants. Allen Robinson, same with him. He's been rumors about going to the Giants. Out of all these four wide receivers, I think Kenny Galladay is the biggest one that the Giants are probably gonna get, and Al Robinson is one of them too. Then we have Corey Davis and Mike Williams. Corey Davis has been questionable. He's been a pretty good wide receiver, but no, not like a number one wide receiver. Right now, his future with the Titans is questionable, as they have A.J. Brown and other wide receivers. So his spot is questionable. And if we can get him on the team too, that'll be a big up of what we have right now. And Mike Williams. Right now, Mike Williams it's iffy. He's on his 5th-year contract. And if he doesn't go with the Chargers, then the Giants should definitely go get him on free agency, because he's a good target last year. He was what's his face, Justin Herbert's main target. So I think these four wide receivers are the biggest, and we might go for wide receiver in the draft too. Then we have the 2021 draft. Now, right now the Giants, the main needs are cornerback, a cornerback too, because we have James Bradberry and a good secondary. We need cornerback two, a pass rusher, and stuff, and a tight end. So, the number 3 on the top, Virginia Tech, that is Caleb Farley. He is the top cornerback, or one of the top cornerbacks prospects for this year's draft. He's a very good wide receiver. He played at Virginia Tech. Then right next to him, number 91, is Patrick Jones. He's the number 1 ranked pass rusher right now in the draft. If the Giants can, they should try to get him, because we need a pass rusher badly. Number 17, that is Jalen Waddle or Waddle. I don't know how to say his last name, but he's the second best wide receiver in this draft. Number 1 is Devontae Smith, who's a top 5 pick right now. And if the Giants get Jalen or Devontae, if they don't get any of those 4 wide receivers up there, which I'm gonna say they're probably gonna get one of those 4 wide receivers we just saw. But if they don't, or if we do, and we're going for another one, we should definitely get Jalen. And the last one, 84, the tight end, his name is Kyle Pitts. Right now, our tight end, Evan Ingram, who he made the Pro Bowl this year, which is a little surprising, but he's a good player. He has great hands, but he's very inconsistent. Last year, he was one of the top players who kept dropping footballs. He cost his game against the Eagles, and against the Bengals, he had a costly fumble that almost turned the tables, but in the end, we still won. Kyle Pitts is a very good player. He's a first-round pick player. Evan Ingram is more of a fast wide receiver player. Kyle Pitts is a more strong, aggressive, get the ball player. So, if Evan Ingram, let's say, doesn't come back, and we need someone, we get him. And one other thing I didn't add is an offensive lineman. Offensive lineman, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. Beginning of the year, we struggled. Saquon Barkley first game had like negative 5 yards. Daniel Jones kept sack. Then throughout the year, we kept getting better. Slowly getting better. Some games we had really bad games, like against the Cardinals. But then some games we had where we had 2 sacks. Like they got sacked twice. So if we can get any of those, if our offensive lineman can stay consistent, we can be a contender. Now this is the Giants free agency we got last year. We have Logan Ryan, number 23. He was a safety guy from the Titans. Last year he had a fantastic year. One of the top safeties. He won us the game against the Bagels with Leonard Williams, who got in 2019 free agency, not 2020, who 100% should have made the Pro Bowl. But yeah. Then we have James Bradberry, who is one of the top 3 cornerbacks of right now. He's very consistent. He has the most breakup passes. by the end of the season, not including postseason, but just regular season. He had the most pass breakups. He was such a big cornerback. If we had a cornerback too, who I hope we get in the draft, and maybe a second round pick, then our defense can be really unstoppable because last year when James Bradbury was out against the Browns, we absolutely got pummeled by the Browns because we didn't have a good cornerback 2 or cornerback 1 at the time because James Bradbury had COVID. Then 54 on the bottom left is Blake Martinez, who was a player we got in free agency from the Green Bay Packers. He was a very good player for us this year. He was our best linebacker this year. We also had a pass rusher from the Packers, who was also very good. We got free agency from the Packers, but he took a year off. But Blake Martinez was a very consistent linebacker, very good in coverage and very aggressive. He was the top 5 linebackers this year, which is good. Then our last one, our kicker, we got. Our kicker only missed one kick. He was I think 34 of 35 or something like that. He only missed one, and he was a very good kicker. And he was a big reason why we won some of our games. But the big reason why we won all our games is because our defense. Because our defense was ranked 17th, and it should have been a little higher. But I think because of our pass rush, and our cornerback too. But Leonard Williams had 13 sacks in the year, so that was good. And then lastly, we have players who are at stake, like they should make a breakout year, or their future is questionable. First, we'll talk about Evan Ingram, who we've mentioned before. Evan Ingram, when he's on a good day, he's a top 5 tight end. When he's good, when he can catch any ball that comes his way. But when the inconsistent happens, where against the Eagles, Week 7, Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, one of those two, he dropped a ball that if he didn't drop it, we would have won that game. That was the thing. If he didn't drop it, then we would have got down the field, ran out the clock, won the game. But then the Eagles got the ball back and won the game. Right now his question is, even though he made the Pro Bowl, which I'm happy for him with James Bradbury, it's just people don't think he should have made the Pro Bowl, which I understand why, because there was Robert Tonyan from the Packers who had 11 touchdowns this year, just regular season, and he only had a couple, I think 2 or 3, and he kept dropping balls. He had one of the highest percentage of drop balls. His catch percentage was 50%, 56%, which is bad. Then right next to him, Wayne Gallman, number 22. Last year, I hear my dog barking. Last year, he was our running back when Saquon Barkley got injured. Dude, my dog. Wayne Gallman, because Saquon Barkley got injured Week 2 against the Bears. And Wayne Gallman was at first we had Deion Lewis and Devontae Smith. What's his name? No, not Devontae Smith. I forgot his name, but we got him free agency, in middle of regular season. He was injured mostly, and Deion Lewis was more of a kick returner. But Wayne Gallman, when we got him going, he was one of our best players. For 6 games in a row, he scored a touchdown. He had 8 touchdowns on this year. He had about 500 yards and only playing half the games, which is very good. Right now, I'm saying what at stake is because we have Saquon Barkley coming back, hopefully. And Saquon Barkley and Wayne Gallman, if they can go together, then it's going to be unstoppable. But if Wayne Gallman, let's say Saquon Barkley is just he's just taking a little break or something, Saquon Barkley, it's just when Wayne Gallman goes in and he's not doing good, then he's going to be gone. Now we have Daniel Jones, who is going into his 3rd year. Last year, he was questionable most of the year. He was injured. Most of the time, I hear, I know who's here. My mom and dad are home. But most of the year, he was, he kept fumbling, and that was a big problem his rookie and this year. He had 11 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. I'm talking a little louder right now because my dog is being, a little annoying. But, he's very questionable right now. He had 3,000 yards, which is very good. It's just going into this year, if he doesn't make it happen, if he doesn't have 25 touchdowns or more, then we're not going to keep him probably. And he's got his interceptions down, and his just, you know, just like basically just like bring up his IQ. You know, and I'm saying he's not down. I'm just saying like, you know, sometimes makes some weird decisions where he panics and does an interception. Then we have Golden Tate, who I loved this year and last year. He was a great player for us. He was fantastic. He, you know, he made a lot of great catches, but he was a little frustrated with the Giants because for a couple games we had like 1 or 2 catches. But he was, you know, very, you know, he was upset, and one game we didn't let him play. So wait, hold on a second. Sorry. Basically, he was upset and he didn't want to play for the Giants for a little bit, and then he got put on the practice squad, and then he got brought back, and he made great catches against the Eagle in week 7. He got a really good catch, and then going into week 10 against the Eagles, he had a fantastic catch. Against Cardinals, he's a very aggressive. He might be small, but he can make very good catches. And I'm talking a lot about him because a lot of people say he was out of his prime because for Alliance he was a very good player, and then going to the Giants he was fantastic. He made best catches. He kind of reminds me of Evan Ingram when he has a good day. Golden Tate, he's always having a good day, but sometimes he just gets a little frustrated. So we are expected to cut him, which I'm a little upset because he's been a very good player. I wish him the best of luck. I wish he goes to a very good team. But he's probably going to get cut, which I'm a little sad about. But right now, Giants. Let's talk about the Giants wide receiver core, okay? So let's go back up to, these players. Giants wide receiver core right now, we have Darius Slayton. Right now we have Darius Slayton, Golden Tate, Austin Mack, CJ Board, which if you're not, a Giants fan or you're not like a big fan, you don't know who they are. Or they're not Sterling Shepard, of course, too. They're not gonna jump at you. Darius Slayton had a pretty good year, about 700 to 800 yards, like his rookie season. Some games he has like no catches, some games he has like 10. Sterling Shepard was injured for most of the year, which is a big problem, but he has one of the best route running. And he had 2 touchdowns in our win against the Cowboys in our last game, which is very good. And then Austin Mack, he came in from our practice squad, or we signed him, and against Washington, he had like 5 catches, 75 yards, and lately he didn't have a lot of catches, but I think we should still keep him because he's a very young wide receiver like Darius Slayton, and we should keep him because if we keep him, then I think if he weren't from Kenny Golladay, Allen Robinson, Corey Davis, or Mike Williams, then he'll be going places. But that's really all I have to talk about. Our biggest needs is wide receiver, pass rush, cornerback 2, and that's really it. Well, thank you for listening to me. Basically, I made this whole slideshow. It's only 4 slides, but and tight end, of course. The Giants' future right now is looking bright because in 2019 we were ranked like 31st and 30th in like offense and defense, but this year we went up. Our offensive ranked was 23rd, which is a big step up because most of the year we were ranked last. But then by the end of the year we started picking up a little bit. We were taking deep shots. So that's good. We're progressing, and Eli Manning I found out is also going to the trying to get into the Giants staff as like a helper or something, so he can help Deion Jones more. But yeah, that's all I have to talk about. Thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.